would like to know if a woman or a man in their, I would say like 39, 40, is still a virgin, is that a red flag? Is that an issue? And the reason why I'm asking this, because I had a debate with my husband and wanted to get his insight, opinion, because he's a man, that if he would met a woman that was 39 years old and still a virgin, would he even engage in talking to her or even want to get to know her? And he said no. And I'm like, why? He said, well, at his point of his life, if he was single and in his 40s, he doesn't want to engage in a conversation with a woman that's a virgin because it just takes a lot of work and a lot of time. And at his age and at the point of his life, that he just wants to have sex and that's it. He doesn't want to put any work and effort. And I'm like, that's his opinion and he has a right to his opinion, but I just didn't like the response that he said, because I'm like, well, every guy is different. You know what I mean? What if the woman wanted to wait? Maybe she didn't want to have sex right away. Maybe she was more focused on school or her career, or she didn't find the right person. You know what I mean? You just don't want to sleep with anybody. You know, there's diseases, there's pregnancy, you know what I mean? It could be a lot of different reasons. And that's what I was trying to tell him. You know, it's like everyone is different. I feel like if you meet a 39 or 40-year-old virgin man or woman, I don't think you should tell the person right away, but you get to know the person. You know what I mean? You get to know them, if you have anything in common with them, if there's going to be any attraction, or if it's something that's going to be serious. I don't think you should tell someone right away, because that's just be a little weird, in my honest opinion. But if the date goes well and then you really like that person, and then the conversation is very engaging and you guys have things in common, you go on a few couple dates, you know what I mean? And if, when it starts to get serious, and then that's when you bring up that conversation, that topic up. And it's really up to the person if that person's willing to stay and in this relationship, or the person would be turned off and say, oh, this is not for me. You know what I mean? And I feel like, in my opinion, some men or women stay. You know what I mean? They think that it's sexy and it's attractive that, you know, a 30-year-old woman or man are still a virgin. They really care about themselves. They don't sleep around, and they don't even really put the thought of it, oh, I have to do all the work and blah, blah, blah. And that's how some people think, you know what I mean? And some people don't really think about that, you know what I mean? Some people don't really care. It all depends on the person. And that's what I told my husband. And everyone have their preference. Everyone has their opinion. I think it's a beautiful thing, to be honest with you. If a woman or a man in their 30s or 40s and maybe 50 still a virgin, I don't think it's weird at all. I really don't. Some people just want to wait until marriage, which it is perfectly natural and a normal thing. And it's not weird at all. Some people might think it's weird. You know what I mean? Some people think, oh, what's wrong with that person? Why this person's still a virgin at the age of 39, 40, or 50? You know what I mean? That's my husband's mindset. And to me, I don't think it's weird at all. I think that they just want to wait. You know, some people want to wait for marriage. They don't think that sleeping around is appropriate. You know what I mean? Because, like I said, a lot of diseases, pregnancy, you know, people sleep around a lot. And I don't think it's weird at all. I think it's great. And if you really like someone and thinking that this is going to be your potential wife or husband, you know, and then when that intimacy, happens, then you learn together. You know what I mean? So what? You got to, you know, what's the word? Teach someone some new tricks. What's wrong with that? You know what I mean? At least you're a married couple and you get to learn together. You know what I mean? And your husband and wife get to experience things together. Yes, it will be weird and awkward at first because your husband or wife don't know what he or she are doing. But the more you feel comfortable with your husband or wife, and the more that you engage and do these activities, sex, then the more comfortable everyone gets. And that's how I see it. You know what I mean? I don't think it's weird at all. You know what I mean? You have people that's celibate. Like, for example, Lenny Kravitz, he said that he's been celibate for 9 years. 9 years. Do anyone believe that? I don't know. I can't say that he's a liar or he's telling the truth. I don't know. Only God knows that, if he's been celibate for 9 years. But 9 years. A lot of people might think that's crazy or weird. But hey, that's his thing. That's what he wants to do. He wants to be celibate. He is. You know, a lot of people are celibate for a year or two or three or whatever. Nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? If you have that willpower, not to have sex and set your goals, not to have sex for how many long you want to, that's your right. You know what I mean? It's same thing like being a virgin. You know what I mean? I don't think it's weird at any age, to be honest with you. I think it's great. You know, some people just want to wait. Some people focus more on school, their career, or whatever the case might be. Maybe sex is just not in the brain right now. You know what I mean? It's just not. And I don't think there's anything wrong with it at all. I think it's great. Some people might think differently, like, no, it's weird. There's something wrong with that person if they haven't had sex. No, I think it's very smart that they just want to wait and then they don't want to sleep around. You know what I mean? So what's more weirder? Someone's a virgin or someone's been sleeping around and have like so many multiple partners that they slept with in the past, which I'm not shaming or judging, but I'm just saying neither one is weird. You know what I mean? It's like you prefer to not sleep around and you prefer just to have sex before marriage. Everyone have their own preference, you know, and I don't see there's anything wrong with that at all, period, you know. And it's very rare, though, very rare to find a man or a woman that's in their 30s, 40s, or even 50 still a virgin. Very rare. You don't see or hear that a lot, but it does happen. And it does happen. And I would like to know, and I want to get your opinion, would you date someone that's a virgin, age of 39, 40, 50? Would you even date someone? Would you even consider if they told you, like I would say maybe in the 5th date or 6th date, if it gets serious, would you be turned off by it? Would you just walk away and say, that's not for me? Or would you have like a real, you know, grown-up conversation about it and ask questions instead of like making assumptions or judgments on yourself and then just turning that person off? You know what I mean? For me, if I was single, I would get to know the person. You know, I would get to know the person if they were here in the States and everything. And if they were a virgin and then they would have told me like in the 4th date, I don't think I'd be turned off by it if I was single, to be honest with you. I'm like, okay, this is different. You know what I mean? This is very rare, but it's different. And I would give that person a chance. I don't think I would turn them off and stop talking to them or stop dating them because they told me a virgin. I think, in my opinion, there's more underneath surface to get to know the person instead of their like, you know, sex life, if that makes sense what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Maybe they have a beautiful soul. Maybe they come from a good family, a good job, and have God in their life. You know what I mean? It can be a lot of different scenarios. And I don't think because someone is a virgin, it takes that factor away from the other good qualities about the person. That's just my opinion if I was single. And I would love to get your thoughts and your opinion. What do you think? Like, would you ever date someone that's a virgin, they tell you, at the age of 40, 50, in their 30s? Do you think it's weird? Do you think it's just not your thing? So I would love to hear your comments, and I would like for you to share if you can, if you want to, and have you ever had that experience dating a virgin woman or a man? Please let me know and comment below. And if you like this video, please subscribe below. And I just want to say thank you so much for listening to my YouTube channel, Cheryl Milder, Unfiltered Real Talk. And I will talk to you guys soon. Take care and God bless. Bye.